Hey, congratulations on getting through week 1 and welcome to week 2. This week we're going to be looking at 2 chapters, chapter 2 and chapter 3. Chapter 2 talks about psychological and spiritual health, and then chapter 3 we'll be looking at stress management. Psychological health includes emotional health and mental health, which is part of chapter 2. And then we'll also be looking at spirituality. Well, don't bother with the sleepless on campus. There's nothing in your quiz about it, but you might want to look at sleep's impact on health and how much sleep do you need for your own health, because those are really important areas. We just don't have time to cover everything. One thing we will be talking about is Maslow's pyramid, his hierarchy, and on your PowerPoints there's a little bit more information about Maslow than there is in your book. Make sure you look at those. There will be test questions on Maslow and locus of control. There'll be at least one question on locus of control, so make sure you look at that. And chapter 3 is about stress management. Actually, the first part is about what stress is and what it does to your body, and then the second part is managing stress. And the PowerPoints are divided into 2 sections to make it a little easier for you to download. The first section includes this, which is all about what stress is, and then the second set of PowerPoints is on this part, which is managing stress and your response to stress. Okay, how do you respond to stress? Well, one of the most important things to realize is that your body responds in 2 ways. You will either fight or flight. If you see a big bear in the woods, you would either fight it or run away. I would run away. Your body reacts to stress, whether it's real or imagined. And the second set of PowerPoints, as I said, is about your stress survival. There are many things that you can do to help yourself manage stress, and you see that here. And then one really important thing you can do to help manage stress, especially as a student, is to use time management. Very, very important. Using a calendar and planner really helps, so make sure that you download that calendar I made for you with all the assignment dates on it. And of course, at the end of your chapters, there's the self-survey that you need to fill out as part of your journal assignment. Page 61, the well-being scale, and part 2, self-confidence during stress. Make sure you fill those out and comment on them in your journal. Then you'll look at your health action plan for psychological well-being. And you also have 2 documents that I have posted for you to download. You'll be looking at your stress for a minimum of 2 days, and you can download a couple of these. 3 days is better, but minimum is 2 days, where you will fill in the time and the place that you noticed your stressor, what the source of your stress was, your tension level, and slight, moderate, or strong, and coping strategy, one that you did use or that when you look back at it you thought you might have been able to use. And then your major stress for the day and how you managed it. Fill that out because you'll need that for your journal. And then the second document is, how does your body react to stress? Now, even when the stress is over, you may have symptoms like headaches or fatigue, and fill this out and the frequency of symptoms and kind of look at that. You don't have to hand it in, but you do have to talk about it. And then there's an optional student stress scale that you can look over to see how high your stress is at the end of chapter 3 on page 87. Here's an example of how a student did the assignment, and you won't find that anywhere but here. This is to encourage you to watch these little videos. And you can stop the video and take a closer look at how this student did the assignment. This is a good example. She did the stress log for 3 days, and she said long, but it's really supposed to be log. And assessment 2, and then she talked about her health action plan, and she did the student stress scale, which was optional, and talked about that.